the reason why I like to do like this boot camp is for two reasons. One, it gives us an opportunity that if you've been with Tru Energy for years and years, it gives you an opportunity to kind of reboot yourself and do a 30-day every day, because that's what makes a difference when you first start, and sometimes just to reboot. So the 30 days is what you really want for consistency, making sure that you are doing daily. The reason why is because this is about cellular memory, muscle memory, and communication from cell to cell, as well as our energy highway. So making sure that that 30-day to really kind of set you up for success is what what you go for. And obviously we're not going for perfection. Perfection is not allowed. What we're going for is results. And so results are really about effort, and effort has a big part in this. So if you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. Just try to go right back to it. And it's only 7 minutes a day, 7.5 minutes, maybe 8 or 9, even when you're first starting, until you can kind of pick up some speed with it. For sure, I think that, people have reported doing the Tru Energy protocol at night, because it seems to be the time that we're most available for us, even though we're tired. 7.5 minutes of self-care, self-love, relaxation. You're opening and moving all of those acupuncture channels on the face. For those of you who have seen my little lady head or man head, I guess man head here. There's a lot of acupuncture channels on this, and the wand is imprinted with frequencies to help balance those acupuncture meridians, as well as increase cell-to-cell communication. So people say that they sleep better and always feel better when they are consistent. So expiration date, let me just go ahead and answer that real quickly. Technically 2 years when you have a natural product, although I have found that they do last longer, and it's probably because of the green bead that's in each one of them, or the blue bead. So, but technically 2 years. And then Caroline, I'll answer this. If you don't have so much fat on your mouth, on your face, how deep and how many times can you do the protocol with the wand without making the issue worse? If you're doing the protocol correctly, there is no worse. It's always should be improved. Now, for sure, if someone is super thin and has a lot of toxins in their jowl, and when they do the lymphatic drainage and they get that drainage of toxins, sometimes the skin can look looser, because drainage takes, a few days, 10 days at the most, whereas replumping, refatting, recollagenating, those take a little bit more time. So, but gentle is the idea here. So the wand and the body sculpting stone definitely have different frequencies. The stone is designed specifically to also increase lymphatic repair. So it has all of the up and down regulations for lymphatic repair. And I actually did originally say, let me see if we can do it with the wand, just to, not have to incorporate another product. But the comfort of the stone is, it's got the finger grips right here, and the curve of it, and the point, all of those edges that you use. So it's definitely been amazing. So Heather was giving some feedback on how she uses it, mostly at night, for that rest and restore, which I totally agree. Sometimes in the morning, as well as depending on inflammation. So sometimes just looking for some drainage and some lift, getting rid of that puffiness. The sculpting stone she uses in the sauna at night. I find it really helps with fascia drainage of the brain, no fuzzy brain in the morning. So thank you, Heather, for that feedback. That's always really great for people. But yes, using the scalp, what I have is I've got my body stone next to my bed, because I like to do my scalp before I go to bed, because that's when that lymphatic system drains. Okay, this is actually a great question from Sally. I'm finding these creams dry my skin out and leave it more wrinkled even after the wand protocol. I've been using oils on my face and they seem to minimize the wrinkles. So what to do? This is really an interesting thing that does come up periodically that people ask me about. And what I can tell you, the Tru Energy Skin Care products are all treatments. If you have a lot of dead skin cell buildup or poor repair, or maybe like that thickening of the skin due to using a lot of oils that aren't penetrating well, your skin can go through some gyrations. I've had people, those white little hard imperfections that come up underneath the skin. Sometimes one person was saying that when they were doing the lip balm, their lips literally peeled for the first, several, like I think after about a couple of days, and then peeled for about 6 or 7 days. I don't remember the exact timeline before they replumped and refinished. We're using products that have a cell turnover, that help your cell turnover so that you can replenish into healthier cells that are plumper and rehydrated. So if you do have a lot of dead skin cell buildup, the scrub is going to be super important because it helps to break down that dead skin cell barrier. I usually recommend that, once a day for a week if you've got a lot of dead skin buildup. Otherwise, it's generally 2 or 3 times per week. But for sure, if you're having also a lot of acclimating on your oils on your skin because you're going from a high superficial oil to a concentrated cream that's repairing the cells from the inside out, you might want to use a drop of the hydration oil. The hydration oil was specifically designed to not work in it by itself, but to be able to use one drop with your lotion to combine those to get a richer, deeper penetration of hydration, because of, I'm going to actually talk about that because it's winter too. So that is one of my like winter protocols, is the oil, and when you first start. And for those of y'all who were with me before I had the oil, we just, we tend to just use more product. And that's what I'm asking also people to do. If your skin isn't absorbing it like crazy, you do want to use more product till your skin goes, thank you very much. I feel much healthier. I feel much plumper. I don't need as much. And you can start telling when you can decrease. So maybe your 60-day supply lasts 30 days, your first 2 or 3 months. But then as your skin and cells start repairing and healthier cells come to the surface of the skin, you're getting a huge repair in that hydration and that cell. It's about bringing the healthy cell to the surface of the skin. What is advice after 30 days? After 30 days is to reevaluate. Do you see what you like? If you see what you like, then and you want to keep doing daily, you can. You can also do, every other day. You can do on the weekends only. You could do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You could skip doing it for several weeks and then do 2 or 3 days in a row to get that pop, because that cellular recall, that memory, will make it pop right back up. And we have people who just have incorporated after, years. They just do it every night because they know it's part of their self-care routine and makes them, feel good and more relaxed and really getting into that parasympathetic rest and relaxation. So you'll reevaluate after the 30 days and let us know, and keep getting on the webinars because we all like to, support each other. So is a double cleansing of the face total waste of product? Double cleansing one right after the other? Or so it's not necessary. But if you are, for example, like even if you're like sweaty and dirty from like gardening and you have dirt on your face, I would probably do a potential double cleanse to just really take off, all that dirt. But you're not going to need a double cleanse if you use the konjac sponge. This sponge is really, really great without exfoliating too much, but it has this natural plant texture to it that's almost like a gel that is smooth, but enough to really help to get rid of all of that dirt that's on the surface of your skin and in your pores. And then it's nice because you can use it to rinse it off as well. So the jade mask is, I love, love, love the jade mask. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I just put it right back on my face. But the white jade mask is imprinted with frequencies, and it's super, super cool. So the combination of, even like if you're doing the eye treatment, maybe you're using the eye applicator and then using this over the eyes. It is just so amazing for relaxation and sleep. The lip peptide is for the lips. You can put it above the lip, which a lot of people do, and not just leaving it right to the lips, but above the lip as well. So you can spend a little bit more time on the upper lip. If this is an area that you're lengthening, one of the things to make sure of when you going across the lip for those deeper lines is using enough product, as well as, going from the center of the lip right over to the outside corner of the mouth, right above the lip, and then working your way up towards the nose, because this band is really thick. So you want to make sure you're lengthening that whole one. And, even like if you stretch your lip while you're doing it, then you actually can even feel like you can, when you do, like, let's have everybody do this. Take your fingers and spread your lips out like this, right? So it's like you're stretching your upper lip. If you feel some pretty hard pain points, like tight points, that's the muscle having given those cells too much of a break, if you will, where they're tightened and shorter, right? So if you lengthen your lip while you're doing the protocol, you're going to get a double stretch on that, right? So you'll get a double lengthening of that upper lip, but that should not hurt. To do this and stretch your skin across shouldn't hurt. Just like stretching your skin anywhere, right? Stretching your skin anywhere should not feel painful or tender or go, ouch, right? You can use it on the lower lip as well, especially most lines are on the upper lip, not on the lower lip, because the muscles on the lower, like on the jaw, on the chin, are multifaceted in their directions because the chin does so much. So it's like a fan out like this, a fan in like this, and then a band across like that, and then the deeper muscle around the entire mouth. So with the protocol, you're getting a lot of the lengthening going across all of those, but you could do, if you wanted to, and you had like deep lines on the lower, although that's not as common, you could go right around the mouth as well if you wanted to. So the sponge is you hydrate it in water, and you can use it for cleansing. You can use it for the scrub as well, and you can use it for the cleansing as well. And what you're doing is you're hydrating this sponge. Right now it's kind of a hard, but hydrated in water, it squeezes out like a sponge. You're putting the cleanser on the sponge, and you're using that on your face. And if you're using the scrub, my preference is I use my hands for the scrub. And once I have it on my face and have done, like 10 seconds on around my nose, around my face, for cheeks, forehead, chin, neck, forehead, then I'll bring the sponge out and just like polishing, right? Like finishing the polishing, getting in around the corners of the nose, around the nose, cheeks and everything. And then I'll wring it out and then redo it and wring it out and redo it. That's how I like to use the sponge, is to rinse off my face as well. What's really, really important for me to be able to show you today is how I'm holding the wand. How heavy am I doing? Why am I going down on the first part of the protocol? Okay. So you've cleansed your face. If it's a scrub day, you scrub. If it's nighttime, you're going to use the night cream. If it's day, you're going to use the day cream. The first part of the protocol, step 1 through 6, is about lymphatic drainage. The second part of the protocol is all about lengthening and lifting. And it's about lengthening the muscles and the fascia and the lymphatic system, which we've already drained, but making sure that it's not dragging your face down. I also want to talk about, that winter skin. People have asked me about that. And the winter trio that makes a difference, and I'll tell you exactly why I use these, is the oil, which we've talked about a lot, this spot treatment, which I haven't had a chance to talk to, I want to talk about it, and the eye treatment. And the eye treatment is the reason why I call this the winter trio. One, the oil seems like a no-brainer. We always need a little bit more in the winter with just dry, dry, dry. The reason why I like to use the spot as a like, let's get this in the winter is because this is where I feel like I can get the most amount of repair on my dark spots, right? The spot treatment is actually designed to decrease the inflammation that creates those clusters of melanin underneath the skin that bring those dark spots to the surface. It also helps for stress and hormone irregulation on the cells. So, and then of course the sun damage itself. So winter is a great time to do that when your skin has a chance to really work on that cell turnover where it's not getting as strong of the UV rays. And then same thing with the eye, because of the dryness, being able to really work these areas of the eye if you're using the eye applicator with it. That's, great, but you can use it without as well. And the applicator has frequencies in it, but if you're not, if you don't have it, you don't need it. You can still get the benefits of the ingredients out of that as well. And then most of y'all have already noticed that the hydration oil actually has a blue bead as well as the spot treatment has a blue bead as well. And those beads are imprinted a little bit differently in the sense that they're really focusing on inflammation and resolving inflammation. Your demos are the best. Thanks for addressing all of our questions and concerns. Yes, that is exactly why we do live every month, right? So much appreciate it. Of course, absolutely. Appreciate Cindy with great customer service and the care you take, Kathy, with your good explanations. Thank you. Of course. Thank you, Kathy, for this call. Absolutely. Excellent. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye. Love you.